Hello friends, welcome to this mini documentary about my life. I recently turned 40, I went back to the UK and I asked my old friends and family 5 questions about me, how I've affected their lives and some funny anecdotes. And I did this not only for myself and to celebrate the milestone of turning 40 and how far I've come since my accident, but I wanted to show my mum how I was seen through the lens of my friends and to offer her a unique perspective on how I've affected other people's lives throughout the years. And on the day I released this, my mum turned 76, so happy birthday, Mum. This is a thank you for your unwavering love and support over the years. I hope this brings a smile to your face and fills your heart with pride and joy. And without further ado, this is it. I just want to say a really quick thank you for everyone who participated in this. You really, really touched me, and thank you. It really means a lot. So the first question, how do we know each other?
I'm your mother.
You're my son.
You're my younger brother.
My uncle, Mum's brother.
You're my brother.
How did we first meet? Many years ago, 10 years ago now.
In Carrefour, Morrison, and you were off your face. LSD. Yeah, you just made me laugh. And then we went for beers.
We met at school.
When we was at school?
I think it was back in college.
I met you at college.
It was at college.
College.
Was it the job centre?
It was the job centre. Or your boss.
Yeah.
The one you looked up to.
Oh mate, we go back a long time.
Through a friend, wasn't it? A friend of a friend.
Oh well, we had a mutual friend. We met on Tinder. I met you through Lou.
So I invaded your living room, I think, for about 2 weeks the first time.
How would you describe me in school?
Back then, like when I first went, that was secondary school, and you were definitely trouble. Definitely.
So my favourite thing is when you rapped in Sherpa and you rapped the Fresh Prince and you turned up there, well you just jumped up because our friends were playing a gig and I thought you were going to be like everyone's shit drunk mate, but you were actually the really good drunk mate.
Well, I think it's got to be the epic first date, really. I mean, it was pretty amazing.
I didn't know you at all. And then we went on a road trip. Like we stayed in London to start with.
It was really spontaneous, but you had looked into it, so you'd already planned a little secret.
And then we like drove across France and then stayed in the chalet there and stuff, and yeah.
We spent like 10 hours in the car together.
Having not met at all, I didn't even know what you looked like. I'm quite a shy person and it's rare for me to meet somebody and just, I don't know, like be able to talk to them so easily, and you were so interesting and funny.
There was something you were eating one meal time. You know what Dad was like about making us finish our food, and we weren't allowed to leave the table till we'd eaten everything. And you kept saying you didn't feel well, and he insisted you ate everything. And you'd finished your plate, he'd gone outside to do something, you'd finished eating, you went straight outside and threw up everywhere, massively threw up, and he walked round the corner and slipped up in it. And Mum said, told you he didn't feel well.
It was probably when you called up an ambulance.
Oh mate, you calling yourself an ambulance?
When you'd smoked a little bit too much.
Coming home from school one day with you playing the Guitar Hero that you bought me for my birthday. You were playing it so loud that you couldn't hear me knocking on the door, so I had to take my school shoes off and throw them up to the second floor to get your attention. You then peered your head out the window like, "What you want, mate? What do you want?" It's like, "Let me in my house, please."
The first one would probably be when we were in the dam and we met.
I had totally forgotten about that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I haven't. And the second memory I would probably say is when we were down Hedge End McDonald's one night.
This phase, I think, that you went through where you were like really interested in explosives, cherry bombs and French bangers. You went to McDonald's.
You decided to buy a milkshake.
from the drive-through, placed one of these cherry bombs into that milkshake.
Put it in the milkshake.
You lit it and you put it inside the drive-through, and you know,
That it was everywhere.
strawberry milkshake, if I remember correctly.
Strawberry milkshake over the girl, over the counter, over the machines. It was everywhere.
And I thought, yeah, I want to spend more time with this guy.
From a viewer's point of view, in the car behind, it was classic.
Oh my God.
Getting into your Merc and the self-help, the positive thinking tape popping on.
I just remembered what you did. You did on the bus. You were mooning. You were mooning. I can't remember whether you were mooning out the front of the bus or at the back of the bus, but it was either the front or the back. With your arse cheeks up against the window. That's what you were doing.
I met you on like the Tuesday night, and then I think on the Friday we were in the car together travelling to Woolacombe for the weekend.
Devon trips. You can't quite beat.
To which I think I spent more time with you than my wife and developed some lovely little bromance.
Such a good day.
Oh mate, where do I start? I'll start with the time we went out on a whole mission for one night in a courtesy car, which you pulled up in my house. So excited, it's like, I've got a courtesy car. I've got a courtesy car. Let's go cause mayhem. So,
Mate, there's so many to choose from. Is it letting off fireworks in the back of Lewis's car?
or fireworks out the windows.
I just knew every time that we were going to hang out, it'd be fun. Wasn't it? And it was. Sometimes dangerous as well.
Yeah.
That's what I liked about hanging around with you, Fred. It's like...
Fred nearly killed me.
It's something... Not terribly dangerous.
Heading for death, I swear.
I don't know, something naughty was going to happen. Do you know what I mean? You had that little laugh that you got, that little look on your face you got on now. I was like, oh, something's going to happen, isn't it? Yeah. Something. Like the stories that Ads was telling me earlier about the car surfing.
So I proceeded to lay on the roof of his car, holding on through the two open windows, and we did about 90 miles an hour through Whiteley down the main stretch past Tesco's. Unbeknown to us was an old bill car coming the other way. A, they didn't even notice that we were speeding or didn't care, and B, never even noticed me on the roof going absolutely flat chat.
Like, you know, I'd never have thought that in my life. That's the thing with you, Fred. If you're going to hang out with Fred, it's probably something that I've never done before. And it'd be dangerous.
And I lived with your mum?
Yeah, oh, yeah, you did. The father always wanted.
My mum's house.
I know what you're about to say. I know what you're about to say.
And I don't know why you got to the bottom and you decided to jump and swing your arm over your head. My mum had this not expensive but nice chandelier type light on the ceiling, which you struck mid-flight, and the things hanging off of it struck the window in their door, which was like purpose-made glass for that door, which broke that and the light.
It's just a one-way wrecking machine, isn't it?
And I just looked at you and said, you better just go.
I know!
Funny thing about the story is I don't think my dad's ever really forgiven you.
All I can think of is you pooing in the public car park in Benidorm. Watching these people and they definitely saw you. You just carried on shitting. And it was just like, yeah, it's Benidorm. And then that became your like regular poo spot. You just went back to the same one.
When you were very young, you had beautiful, curly, blonde hair, and everybody stopped and said, "Oh, what a beautiful baby," and you just were perfect.
I have to say the nicest thing you've ever done for me, when I went through a really tough time last year and you were there every step of the way. You really cared and you invested so much time into being my friend and being there for me and giving me the space to be heartbroken. You gave me the most wonderful advice. One of my favourite phrases that you always say to me is, be grateful in the good times and graceful in the bad times. You never know when you're going to do something for the last time.
That chat alone helped me a lot. And that's why everyone needs someone like you in our life, Fred. Someone who's got that positive outlook. something I wish I had I was a bit better at.
And so I think that's one of the nicest things you've ever done for me, is giving my nan comfort, who Beck will tell you I probably cried for months after she died, and she was probably one of the biggest people in my life. So thank you.
I love when you made me rap videos for my birthday and Christmas. They were really lovely.
That and the birthday song, which are you've
Just an all-round nice fellow, aren't you, really?
You've shown me, no matter how shit things are, as long as you stay positive, things work out for you.
Do you know what? You was always a good mate who you always welcome in.
And you always be happy. Never seen you not happy. Always happy. Always fun.
That is the best thing you've ever done. I definitely owe you. At some point, I will serenade someone for you.
And how did the date turn out?
Yeah, it was good. I got laid.
Like just being that cool uncle, because it's like just always been a thing that like I've always been excited to see you. Always look forward to seeing you. I think inadvertently that's just been the best thing you've ever done for me, I think.
And what's the worst?
You're not going to remember this, but...
You put magic mushrooms in my omelette. Not okay. Like, okay if we weren't going snowboarding for the whole day. But like, actually, I think it was quite funny, and it made everything, like the sun look good, and everything was very funny.
Well, I guess like one of the best and worst things you've ever done for me is give me 7 grams of mushrooms when I'd never taken them before. I was on another fucking planet. Oh yeah, that was pretty nuts.
Took me out on Lake Annecy for one of our first dates and fed me mushroom soup, and then we got stuck in a current and I was like tripping balls, and I'm terrified of water. We were like on this rubber dinghy together, probably our 3rd or 4th date. I was tripping balls, terrified. I was like, who is this man? And then you get naked, like you're like, no one can see me, I'm in a rubber dinghy thinking the walls are up here, and I could see the people in the boat there were like, ah, that man's naked.
I think that was one of the best days of my life.
Started off as the worst though. Mushrooms, man.
I remember I sat on you a few times to try and calm you down and shut you up.
I knew that I couldn't fuck with you.
Yeah.
Going to France, that's the worst thing. Leaving and travelling the world. That was the worst thing you ever did.
Oh.
For me.
For you?
Yeah.
It's maybe some of those dodgy rap songs you used to make about me back in the day. You know.
Yeah, sorry about that, Ads. That was pretty bad. Do you remember where you were when you heard about my accident?
I was at home and I had a phone call from Lou.
And then I got a text to say that you'd had an accident.
She didn't know whether you were going to pull through.
I remember being like, sending a message back. I was like, it's going to be okay though, right? But no, it could be like serious. And I just couldn't. I was like, what does that mean? Serious? Like.
Lou phoned. Your mother hit the ceiling.
Hysterical. I was just screaming the house down.
Everybody's life changed that day. Right?
And Penny just took over, and the next morning we were flying out from Bournemouth Airport.
But at that time I didn't know how bad it was. I didn't know whether it was one of these that if I didn't go and see you, whether I would have missed ever seeing you, you know, again. So
To be honest, I think I was in shock, and I just turned my feelings off just so I could like get to Annecy in one piece. I didn't cry or anything until I got there and it all hit me. But yeah, I just had like one thing on my mind, was to get to you.
And what do you think of me now?
I think you're much nicer now. More humble. More open-minded. Yeah. Even more joyful. You just, enjoy the simple things in life more.
And what do you think of me now?
Best person on this earth. Really.
You are amazing. You've always got a happy smile on your face. You're always positive about everything, even when things go wrong. And I'm just so proud of you.
I've always been envious of you. You have an ability that I lack, which is to see the positive in things.
You're a really special guy. You just what the amount of hope and positivity that you bring to the world, and realness, like real honesty, that is rare.
There's a lot of people I know, if that happened to them, I just don't know what they would do. But I think because of the way you are, and you're literally such an inspiration, you're so positive.
I think there was almost a point where I was more scared for Lou than I was for you, because I knew deep down that you were going to be able to cope with what had happened.
I'm sure you've had it before, that it couldn't happen to a better person. It is kind of true. You wouldn't wish it on anyone, but actually I think you've said it, that it probably made you into a better person to what you were before the accident. And I think if you can take a life-changing situation like this and flip it on its head, that's a pretty incredible thing to be able to say you've done.
What do you think of me now?
Wanker. I mean, you haven't changed. Still wanker on wheels instead of a wanker on a board.
You've turned out all right.
Yeah.
You're living life. You look well. I love you.
Thanks, mate. I love you too.
1 in a million, mate.
Thanks, pal.
And it's been a pleasure to be your friend.
Mate, you smile, you laugh. You haven't changed one little bit.
To see how you've dealt with it is it's a lesson, I think. It should be a lesson for people. It certainly has been a lesson for me, I think.
I don't know a man that would have taken it any better than you did. Like, there's a life-changing situation. You took it on the chin. You've engrossed it. You've done things with your life that people like me still haven't done. And honestly, as a geezer, I had to go through that. I don't know anyone who could take it as well as you did. So massive respect to you for that one, and I really, really do admire you.
But I still see this happy, positive person that is dropping nuggets of happiness wherever she goes. Like, you just have this way of bringing lots of people together. And if you push family aside, I don't think there's too many people that I can safely say that I love, and I love you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. When you say I love my daughter, I love my wife, I love my brother, I love you on the same level.
That's so beautiful. Thank you. Last question, what do you think of me now?
What, right now?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to give you a hug.
There you are, my wonderful son.
Thanks, Mum. And you're inspirational, mate, to be honest with you. Yeah, real inspiration. Even the mental health side of things, hearing about that, it's inspirational that you've fought through that, because I've had my own bouts of depression and anxiety. It's nice to know that even someone that I look up to so much has had it, and maybe still has it, but is fighting through it, and it's just awesome. Love it. Hella proud of you.
Definitely the cool dude. Cool dude of the family, the coolest one in the family, definitely.
Oh, that soundbite's definitely going to make the final edit. The coolest member of the family.
You're our hero.
Oh, that's so kind, thank you. Okay, that's it. Easy.
Yes, it was.
And that concludes our journey through my life. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed making it. I'm grateful for everyone who took part. I really am. Your words nourish my heart immensely, and I will always have these conversations to look back on. This little project has really showcased a unique perspective of who I am and reminded me of the wonderful people I have in my life. So thanks again for everyone who made this project a reality. I'll cherish these memories forever, and here's to making new ones in the future. Here's to living life to the fullest and embracing every moment. Love yourselves and each other. Till next time. Thank you.